Hey, so in this video, I'm talking about whether or not you can use a VPN for DraftKings. Now, the simple answer is no, a VPN will not work for DraftKings. So let me explain exactly why. You see, without a VPN connected, even though right now I am outside of a location where DraftKings is legal and I don't have a VPN connected, it's off right now, not connected up to any location, I can still access my account on DraftKings. I can access the sportsbook, I can access the daily fantasy, and I can just see what's going on in my account. The thing is that if you look over here, it's going to say that they're having trouble verifying my location. And if I try to deposit money into my account, then it would also give me an error saying that my location is not able to be verified. And there you go. You see here, it says that I'm not able to make a deposit because of a restriction on my account. And that's because I'm not even located in the US right now. And if I went to my VPN over here, ExpressVPN, and I connect it up to a location where DraftKings is legal. So I would just click on this location bar in ExpressVPN. This window opens up with all my locations. I can either search for the US, but it's here in my recommended. I click on this little arrow and I get all of my servers within the US itself. So I'm going to choose this one in Miami and close that down. And then just click on this button here to connect. And I'll be sure to leave more information about Express and all the VPNs that I'm mentioning in the description below in case you want to find out more about it. But now that I'm connected up to Miami, if I went back to my browser and I went to a website like whatismyipaddress.com, I can just double check and verify that I am connected up to a server that's in Miami, in Florida. And this is a place where DraftKings is able to be played. It is available, but still, if I went back to my account and I tried doing it again, I tried to deposit money, I would still get an error message saying that I cannot access my account because of the restrictions that are on it. And if I went back, you might have noticed there was this message that said they cannot verify my location. So I click on that. It's going to give me a page which will basically just tell me that they're checking my location. And in order to confirm my location, I need to download this GeoComply software. Now, what GeoComply is, this is a software that is used by DraftKings and a lot of other sportsbooks, BetMGM, FanDuel, PokerStars, Caesars, a lot of these other gambling websites, they all use it in order to track your location. And the way this works is not with your IP address. You see, a VPN changes your IP address, which is a number that is either given to you by your service provider or by the VPN. And it also tells websites on the internet where you're located. And if this was the only thing that DraftKings was checking, then they would think that I was in Florida and Miami and they would allow me to access the website. The thing is that GeoComply, it doesn't just track your IP address to know where you are, it actually uses your Wi-Fi and your GPS signal. So that's why a VPN won't work when it comes to accessing DraftKings. It's because DraftKings is not just checking your IP address, which is the thing that the VPN is changing, it's also looking at your Wi-Fi and your GPS signal and finding out where you're truly located using that. And the way GeoComply is set up, that even if you use GPS spoofing or things like that, you can search on Reddit, you can search a lot of posts, people have tried it, and it just won't work. There isn't a way right now using a VPN or even GPS spoofing that will allow you to access DraftKings. So while DraftKings is not available with a VPN, I have done some research and I found some websites that you could use a VPN in order to be able to access them and place bets. And a few of them would be Betfair, or there's also Bet Online, Bet365, and Bovado. All of these websites don't use the GPS tracking, and you can use them in order to place bets and for online gambling. Although depending on which one you choose, you may need to check where they're registered and where they're licensed to operate. For example, many online sportsbooks and gambling websites are legal in New Jersey, but with Bovada, they are actually not allowed in New Jersey. So if you want to go with them, then you're going to have to just connect to a different server in your VPN. But these are websites that you can use a VPN with. Now, the last thing I wanted to mention is that using a VPN to bet online is not risk-free. There's always a chance that they may realize that you're using a VPN, and if that technically goes around the terms of service because they need to be able to verify your location, then they may hold your payment if you win money. And this can a lot of times happen if you actually have a decent sized win. If you make a decent amount of money, then they're going to go the extra mile and check and see that they can verify your location. And if they see that you're using a VPN, then they may not pay you out. And that's why it's really important to make sure that you're using a good VPN and one that's reliable and has the proper obfuscation. And what that means, it sounds like a really complicated word. What it really means is that the VPN itself hides the fact that it's a VPN, so that when you go to one of these websites, they won't realize that you're using a VPN itself. So I'm going to recommend for you 3 of the top VPNs that I found to be really good when it comes to sports betting after testing out a lot of them. And all of these have that proper obfuscation. So the first one is ExpressVPN. This is what I would say is my go-to VPN. It's simple, easy to use. It has shortcuts here you can just set up really quickly, and it's just very intuitive and user-friendly. The downside is that it doesn't have a lot of features. It's not a very complicated VPN, and it was made to be that way. But if you're somebody who wants a lot more features, you want to be able to do a lot more with your VPN, then there is another really good option out there called NordVPN. This has a lot more features. There's a lot more you can do with this. It's a little too much to go into in this video, but I'll be sure to leave links for full in-depth reviews for all of these in the description below in case you want to find out more. But NordVPN is going to be a really good option for somebody who wants to try to get the most out of a VPN. And lastly, there is Surfshark. This is what I would say is the best budget option out there right now. It is the cheapest of these, but at the same time comes with some really good high-level features that you don't normally find in a VPN at this price. Although I would say that I have found that with Surfshark, I've had more problems with my connection dropping out and just not being as stable as I would like when compared with NordVPN and Express. And besides for those reviews, I'll also be sure to leave a link in the description below that will save you some money on all of these in case you want to try them out. They all have a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you can use that link, you can get a discount, try it out, see if you like it, and if you don't, you can just ask for your money back after 30 days. And that's kind of like a free trial for you to just test it out and see if it works for you, see if it's your kind of thing, you're not tied down. And yeah, that's really all for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this helped you out. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next one.